and welcome to the ROCKATX online worship experience. You're getting ready to experience God on another level. Whatever you're seeking from God for your life is available for you as you praise, hear the word, and transform your situation. While you're worshiping with us, feel free to interact with our online ministers in the chat and share this broadcast with your friends and family so they can join you online. Also, make sure you subscribe and follow the ROCKATX on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram to stay connected to all the Rock is doing. Now, shake off the worries of the week and get ready to give God some praise. Service will begin soon.
There's a part of us that physically we come to the space, but that may not be the real us. And we all are accustomed to presenting the church us on Sunday. The dressed up, the smelling good, the man or woman who loves God with all their heart. I prepared this message this morning, not for the Sunday you. If you're streaming in, I get it. You know, you say, well, Dr. Moody, I didn't dress up. I'm in my pajamas, but I'm watching you. But I still didn't prepare this for that Sunday morning you. You know, the you that says, I gotta watch service right quick. I gotta be in service. You know, this is part of what I do. This is part of who I am. This is part of my religious activity. I love God, and since I love God, I'm going to make sure that I would attach myself to Him and attend to what He is saying. I did not prepare this message for you. I prepared this message for a different you, a more see, some of y'all like, wait, I know that person. I prepared this message for the Monday morning you. After you shouted, after you sowed a seed, after you claimed, you said my 3 steps, I'm gonna do A, B, and C, and my life gonna change. After you blabbed it and grabbed it, you reached up and pulled it down. You turned around 3 times. After you did all of that, I prepared this message for that Monday morning you. That Monday morning that that person is Monday. Lord God. Help me, Lord. It's Monday. The you that went to sleep in hope, but woke up in dread. The you that was believing God for everything 8 hours ago, but now it's Monday. And the house needs to be clean. The bills need to be paid. You still married. Or you still single. He did. Nobody popped the question. The only question you heard this weekend was, we doing this again next Saturday? I want to talk to the Monday morning you, because what happens with ministry, for most of us, is that in ministry, we oftentimes have 2 parts of us. We have that Sunday morning us, and then we have that Monday us. And today's service is just dedicated to the Monday you. Some of y'all said, now they need ministry. They need some Jesus, they need some hope, they need some love. Am I making sense? No, because how many of us, if we will be honest about our lives and honest, even with ourselves, would say that Sunday is a great thing because we have this energy and this hope and these people and this message and everything else. But it's like after I wake up on Monday, that whole realistic part of who I am and what I got to deal with and my bills and what needs to be paid and my children and my dog and my job and my neighbor and my life, I got to deal with that on Monday. And so, I try to manage my Mondays so that I don't pop on Tuesdays just to give me enough energy to get to Wednesday so that I can at least get a Bible study in or something. And then and if I can get past Wednesday, then I figure it's going, I'm headed toward the weekend. So I battle Thursday to fight for Friday. And Saturday, I'm just glad and I don't want nobody to touch me. Don't want nobody to call me. Don't want nobody to deal with me. And then I have to tell myself I got to get up Sunday and give me a little hope injection just so I can start again on Monday. And it's interesting because studies have shown now that mental health is major in all areas of life, whether you are young or old, whether you are a millennial or whether you are a baby boomer. It doesn't matter what you are. Everybody's stressing out. Money is tight. Bills are tight. Life is hard. Your kids are acting up. Your grandkids don't look like you. All kind of stuff. I told y'all I'm dedicating this service to the Monday you. Am I making sense? So you got to tell your Sunday you to go sit down somewhere and tell your Monday you to come on into church because he or she needs this message. Dr. Moody, what's happening with us? Go to my next slide. There's a term that I want to help us understand. There's this idea called languishing. Languishing literally means it's that right now, in this moment, the Monday you says, life kind of sucks. You haven't given up on it. It's just kind of, it's in a bad place. And you got to keep picking yourself up and propping yourself up, medicating yourself up, drinking yourself up, smoking yourself up, relationshiping yourself up. And when you do this, you got to recognize that you are languishing. Languishing is a set of emotional. That means I feel this way. I feel like I'm just drifting in life, and I'm just making it, Pastor. I'm not going under. I'm just floating. I'm just, and it just depends on what's happening today. I'm just floating I'm on the lazy river of life, and I'm just trying to keep my head above water. I just need an inner tube big enough so I can just sit back there. I don't feel like fighting. I don't feel like swimming. I don't feel like walking. I just put me in the inner tube of life and just let me just sit here and just figure out how not to do and how not to be. Am I making sense? Is there anybody? Am I talking to anybody about? All right. I want to make sure. It's a set of emotional and behavioral circumstances where I feel disconnected. I feel disconnected from God and disconnected from life. And I keep coming back to service saying, okay, wait a minute. Now, this is the service. This is the Sunday where I'm going to finally get it. And this is time when he lays hands on me this time, when he prays to me this time, this is the one. This is the one. That you feel disconnected. You feel in despair. Why? Because your prayers have not been answered. And nobody wants to talk about, we talk about, we pray for you, but we haven't talked about, but it has not been answered, Pastor. The thing ain't came to pass. I prayed specifically for their head to blow up, and their head didn't blow up. I didn't want to kill them, God. I just want their head just to blow up. And I know that you can do all things. So just blow up their head without killing them. Just blow it up. I don't want them to die. I just want them to be stuck at home. Just something. That you feel disconnected from church. Listen, you're at church, but you feel disconnected. Yeah, you're at home with people, but you feel disconnected. You feel in despair. Everybody's talking about, how you doing? And you know how to say praise the Lord. But ain't what you're feeling, but you know how to turn it on. And you feel a drudgery, another day, another week, another 8 hours of doing this. I'm sitting at work and I'm looking at this screen and everything else. I don't feel like doing nothing. I don't feel like reading nothing. I don't feel like doing a report. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm looking at it and I'm trying to figure out how I can cut and paste my last week's report onto this one, change 2 numbers on it, send it in, because they ain't gonna look at it anyway. Drudgery and even depression. Am I talking to people? See, I am talking to the man or woman who is languishing right now. Listen, I know you're here. I know you're watching me. I know you're looking at me. But you are in a season now where it's just like Lord, I don't feel nothing. Monday morning, you. Go to my next slide. So I want you to understand something here. Satan is interesting because we know the story of Satan. If you don't know it, you're going to know it today. Satan is very interesting because Satan was an angel, Lucifer, the morning star, the day star, and literally he used to lead worship in heaven, but one day got upset, over time got mad, over somewhere in the everlasting, got offended, and started thinking about, you know what? I don't like the way God does stuff. I don't like the way it's going around here. And so if you look at Isaiah 14, 12 through 14, he has what we call the 5 I wills. I'm going to exalt my name above his. I'm going to put my throne above his. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. There are 5 I wills where he has the boldness and the audacity to he just says, this is what I'm going to do. So you can just write this down, but Isaiah 14, I think verses 12 through 14, those are the 5 I wills of Satan. Those are the 5 I wills. And he tells himself, and he convinces a third of the angels, this is what we're getting ready to do, right? And it really dealt with the idea not of just throwing off the things of God, but literally he wanted to usurp the things of God. He wanted to now say, you're no longer in charge. I'm going to do it my way. Am I making sense? And when you're languishing, at a certain point, you start thinking to yourself, okay, somebody got to make a decision. And somebody got to do something. Now, and so Satan understands this because he has certain ploys that he's always played. In the garden, it's so interesting. In Genesis chapter 3, he says something. The first thing he does here in his strategy was he isolated Eve from Adam. He goes and talks to Eve by herself, right? Hebrews 10 and 24 tells us, he says, let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works. Don't forsake the assembling of yourselves together. So whether you know it or not, when you assemble together, it's actually a preventive measure. Because in this assembly, you're supposed to stir it up, stir each other up, and provoke each other to say, okay, maybe I do love God. All right, maybe y'all all right. Maybe y'all do love me a little bit. Maybe I feel like, maybe I do have a purpose and what have you. And so Satan's strategy is always to separate you. So this is why it's so important. I don't care whether you're streaming or whether you're sitting, that you don't isolate yourself. Because when you're languishing and when you're in that moment, you come to your own conclusions. And you start thinking about, well, this is what I got to do. And this is what I got to do. And you and your heart and Satan are not a good triplet pair. Yeah, it's not. It don't end up well. All right. Now y'all are in agreement, but it don't end up well. So he isolated her. Then go to the next one. So he isolated her. Then he made her cast doubt on God's motives. Did God really say this? Let's think about this. So when you're languishing, the Monday morning you has questions about God's motives. The Sunday you was silent on what God said. It's that Monday you that starts asking questions. Wait a minute. Did God really say? The Monday you says, how much did I sow yesterday? Oh, some of y'all met that Monday you. How much? I was tripping. I was tripping. I don't know if it was, I don't know what he was, I don't know. He must have said something. I don't know how he got me to come out for this. I'm straight up tripping. Now I got the rest of the week to work with this because of this foolishness that I did on Sunday. I'm talking to the Monday morning you. I'm not talking to the Sunday you. You know, all of us that look at that bank account on Monday, that credit card on Monday, be like, man, got me again. So he may say, I'm talking to, y'all see the Monday morning you came to service, right? This the first time in over a year that Monday morning you came to church. You know, so just listen, tell the Monday morning you're welcome to service. Ask him, are you a first-time visitor? Is this your first time coming to service? Go to my next slide. So now, and so Satan does what? He contradicted God. He gave him a different opinion, or a different view. He was like, well, God didn't really say that. See, God, so what Satan likes to do, there's this neat little thing that he does, and it's my job to bring that out to you today. Because I want you to understand why you're languishing. I want you to understand why the Monday morning you is feeling the way that he or she does. I want you to get it today. And I'm going to expose a real sly trick the devil does. And he does it to all of us. Now, so Satan, he made Eve question not only God's motives, but then he contradicted him. He says, that's not what he's going to do. You ain't going to die. You're not going to die. He contradicted him. So have you ever said, I know the Bible says don't do this, but I'm going to do it, and then you do it, and Satan says, see, you didn't die. So look at yourself. You all right. No lightning bolts. Your life ain't blown up. You see, you good. Now, the next thing is this. I'm about to show you this. So he made Eve focus on something. What we call a desirable end. Satan is good at this. And listen, I want you to know that he's really, really good at this one thing. He likes to tie something desirable to something truthful. You want this? Let me tell you the truth about it. And you go, that is true. He likes to tie this together. In Boy Scouts.
Thank you for worshiping with us today. If you're in need of prayer or someone to talk to, our online ministers are available for you right now in the chat. And we invite you to join us again for our extraordinary worship services every Sunday at 10:30 a.m., Sunday at 4 p.m., and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central, where Dr. Moody teaches how to understand the Bible and you can get your biblical questions answered. We look forward to connecting with you and ask that you subscribe to TheROCKATX on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay connected to all The Rock is doing. Also, you can connect with us through our website at TheROCKATX.org. Again, thank you for worshiping with us, and be blessed.